Hey, what's up? Pete Solving Nerd here. In this episode of Alternative Ways to Install Arch, we are going to install Anarchy Linux. Now, Anarchy is pretty much an Arch installer. However, there are some catches. One, if you install NVIDIA through the installer, for some reason it glitches out and doesn't install correctly. And two, it does have customized desktops by default that Anarchy themselves configured. However, there is a way to install vanilla desktops. However, Anarchy Linux is still considered an Arch installer for me because you can install vanilla desktop, and it uses the pure Arch Linux repositories. So, yeah. Anyways, let's get into the video. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is go to anarchylinux.org, no dash. There is another website with a dash in it, and that one refuses to connect. So go to anarchylinux.org, and then go to download. And then from here, we're going to want to head over to downloads, and you can either do it as a torrent, a direct download, or through Google Drive. I'm going to do a torrent because it's fast. Okay, so once it's downloaded, you're going to want to burn it to a USB or CD or DVD and boot off of it. And I'm doing this at a virtual machine, so yeah. So now do boot Anarchy. Now once Anarchy is booted, you will be greeted with this. So first we'll connect to internet. So if you are connected to Ethernet, you don't have to do anything most likely. However, if you are using Wi-Fi, then type Wi-Fi menu, and then once that's done, we'll type IP test to check our connection. So then it will say connect. You could do a connection test, speed test, or Wi-Fi test. Now I'm doing a speed test, and I have 4 megabytes per second, so pretty cool. Once that's done, we are going to want to type Anarchy, and this will open up the Anarchy installer. So select your language, and then for begin the install process, select yes. And now you can do download and rank new mirrors. So you could select your country code, or you could do just all HTTPS mirrors. And now it will rank all of them. Now this might take a while, however, it will be worth it because then your downloads will be super fast. Okay, so once you select your mirror list, select your key map, I'm US. And now select your locales, I'm ENUS. And your time zone. And now I recommend auto partitioning your drive. I'm gonna select it, and I'm gonna select ext4, and you can create a swap space if you want. So I'll do 248 megs. Now you can use GPT if you're using UEFI or BIOS, UEFI or EEFI. If you're using BIOS or Legacy, select no. And now hit write changes. Okay, so now you will use Anarchy Desktop if you want Anarchy's customized desktop, Anarchy Server if you're running this on a server for some reason, not sure why you would put Arch on a server, and then Anarchy Advanced if you would like a vanilla desktop. So I recommend Anarchy Advanced. Now you can choose to have base devel, hardened devel, LTS base devel, or Zen and Zel devel. So I would recommend to do base devel or LTS devel if you want an LTS kernel. Now for our command shell, I recommend bash. However, fish is also good, so I'm gonna use bash. Now for the bootloader, I'd recommend using grub. Then I'd recommend using network manager utility. And now it will say 32-bit architecture. I would recommend adding the multi-lib repos. You can add DHCP at boot. I'd do it if I were you. And I would recommend adding Wi-Fi utilities just in case you need to unplug from Ethernet. Then all your Wi-Fi stuff's already there. And you can also include support for DSL. If you're dual booting, do OS Prober. And now we're going to select yes for desktop. So now we can get a customized desktop, a clean desktop, or window managers. Now I'm going to do a clean desktop. If we head over to customized desktops, they have customized Budgie, Cinnamon, GNOME, OpenBox, and XFCE, and I'm kind of intrigued what the customized Budgie is like. So actually, I might make a save state here in my VM, and then try it out later. So anyways, for clean desktops, we have Budgie, Cinnamon, Deepin, GNOME, GNOME Flashback, KDE, LXDE, LXQT, Mate, and XFCE. So for our window managers, we have Awesome, BSP, WM, Enlightenment, Flexbox, i3, OpenBox, Sway, and XNomad. Now I'm just going to do XFCE just for the sake of this video. Whoops. So you hit space while selecting it, and you can actually install more than one by hitting space on any of them. So now hit done, and then for extra programs, I would recommend it, and it will install your drivers, and we will want a login manager. I'm going to set mine to LightDM, and now we'll set our host name, we'll set our root password twice, and now it's encrypting our password, and now we're going to add a new user, set it to whatever you want, and then we'll set our password, and then password again, and it will encrypt it again, and then give us sudo or privileges, and then done. And then we can get additional software, so I can get audio stuff if I want to, databasing stuff, and what's nice about Anarchy, oh yeah, you will want Nota fonts CJK, but what's nice about Anarchy is it doesn't install your software right after you select it, it adds it to a list, and then it will install it. So let me go through all of the software really quickly. You don't need anything from server. And yeah, so I selected my software, then hit go to install, and now it will start installing your system. So I'm not installing much, however, it will take a while depending on how much software you chose to install. Anyways, I'll skip to when this is done installing.
12 seconds later.
Okay, so once it's done installing stuff, we're done. So now you can root into the system, return to your command prompt via the install log, add a new user, install additional software, or you can reboot. So now, as you can see, we have Arch, although it is Anarchy branded. So yeah, the LightDM screen is. However, if you change the LightDM screen, it will no longer be Anarchy branded. Other than that, though, we have a pretty good install of Arch. So it's definitely the easiest installer, however, because of all the branding and the fact that it tries to give you a customized desktop, it's not my favorite way to install Arch, even though it is the easiest. Anyways, thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.